Thank you for tuning in to Gloryfall Interactive here on Light Network, a resource for you and your worship team to become better musicians and worship leaders. Today, we will be talking about You Are My King by Billy Foote. It is originally in the key of E, and we will be doing it in the key of C. We will also give you ideas on how to play the song on your instrument and also use it in a time of worship. Amazing love, how can it
The intro uses three chords: D over F sharp, G, and then A. On a band setting, the dynamics is very important, especially if you're using distortion pedals, overdrives, and all that. What I do to make sure that I'm playing dynamically is I would control my picking hand. For example, I'm at full volume right now, and I could still play soft. And then using the same setting, all I need to do is just play harder. And then if I want to sound quiet again, I just play softer.
Starting in verse 1, the bass line is played in whole notes. So just play it, then let the notes ring. Going into the chorus part, you play it with the second pluck is anticipated, just like this. So as you can see, the second pluck is anticipated. Going into the bridge part, you can create dynamics in your playing by playing octaves. Especially the bridge part is only one chord, which is a C. So instead of just you can choose to play it on the low register, but to create dynamics in your playing, if it repeats, you can play it in octaves, just like this. If you're playing with the band, it's gonna create a different sound, just unlike just playing it in one register. You can even choose to play in fourths or quarter notes, 8 notes or 16th notes on the bridge part, because it's only just one chord. It creates dynamics in your playing, and it cuts basically you won't sound monotonous.
This particular song is sweet and it should be played in a sweet fashion. Make sure as well that you use layered sounds for this particular song, like this one.
This song has primarily 3 basic grooves to keep track of, and the first sounds like this. One note before you ever work on anything that's at this tempo is try to use a metronome, because generally when things are slow, it's easy for things to either slow down more or speed up, and a little bit of change in tempo has a big impact on the feel of the song. So the first part of it sounds like this. Now, what I like to do when there's patterns like that where the rim click is just on 4 is you can bring out the hi-hat on 2 to kind of give it the feel without making it have the sound of the backbeat driving it the whole way. That would sound like this. Check it out. Instead of doing it this way. Now, sometimes one or the other might be better in a situation, but be aware of the option at least. The other part that it goes to is one bass drum less. That sounds like this. And that's actually the same pattern for the chorus, except you go to the snare. When you have songs at this tempo, try to pay attention to the types of fill-ins that you're going to play and how they sit. So a great challenge is to put on the track, play time, and then try to play fill-ins that you come up with, or try to copy fill-ins that you hear there. So you'd be playing... And as you play the fill-in, you're checking if you're keeping the tempo consistent or not, because if you can't do it by yourself in your own rehearsal time, odds are really high that you can't do it when you have the whole band with you, because they push you in a different way and you might respond to it or be influenced by it. The other interesting part of the song is the bridge part, and it has a splashed hi-hat, and that sounds like this. And I get that sound by tapping on the hi-hat and releasing it, and it's like two cymbals, bouncing together, and then they resonate basically. And so it's, again, sounds like this. And so I'd like to play the pattern without it, and without it, it would sound like this. Okay, now we'll put in the splashed hi-hat and notice how much that does for us. Now you could play it as a closed hi-hat, but it probably doesn't have the same effect either. Check it out. So, in the case that you're the drummer, you make the choice for what you think fits best.
Amazing love, how can it...
When choosing songs for corporate times of worship, we want to know where they're coming from biblically. This song is coming from Luke 23, verse 34, which Jesus says, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." And Bishop T.D. Jakes says that the amazing thing about Easter and Resurrection Sunday is that Christ, in his dying moments, gives us, humanity, the greatest illustration of forgiveness possible. Imagine that Christ, as he was being crucified by the very people he was being crucified by, says, "Father, forgive them." This is something that we as humans can almost not understand, and it's a picture of God and Jesus and his amazing love.
Worship team can make it to the next level in worship leading. Though we strive for excellence, it is not about performance, it is about worship. Make Gloryfall Interactive your resource for worship leading. And you can do this by connecting with us through Facebook, facebook.com/Gloryfall. You can request songs, ask us questions, and we're going to do our best to answer everything that you have for us. Thank you for watching Gloryfall Interactive here on Light Network, working with you for excellence in worship.